Okay, here we go with News Roundup number 147. Let's hope I manage to put the correct number on it this time when I upload it to YouTube. Do apologise for that. Hopefully dear Lynn can sort it out for me. Okay, it's an iconic car, much loved, says the Daily Mirror, by James Bond throughout the decades, and now an auction of Aston Martins has raised over £10 million. It took place at the Aston Martin Works in Newport Pagnell, Buckinghamshire, was the biggest in the 16-year history of the event and set a new sales record. Indeed, a 1964 DB5 4.2-litre sports saloon, the model James Bond drove in Goldfinger, sold for £595,100. And a 1962 DB4 Series 4 Vantage convertible, originally owned by the actor Peter Ustinov, went for £1,513,500. But the highest price in the sale was £1,524,700 for a 1966 Aston Martin DB5 convertible in Vantage specification. And if you understand any of that, you're a better man than I, Gunga Din. The Daily Mirror tells us that a woman has paid £233,000 for a Hindu-related car registration number, and KR15HNA is now the most expensive modern plate ever sold by the DVLA, having been auctioned off at the Casa Hotel in Chesterfield. Why is my question? A new survey reported in the Daily Express claims that women are the best drivers. Well, of course they are. We've all known that for many, many years. Female drivers outscored men not only on in-car tests, but also when observed anonymously using one of the UK's busiest junctions. As part of the surgery by Privilege Insurance, a sample of 50 drivers faced in-car assessment while 200 were watched at Hyde Park Corner in London. I've driven round Hyde Park Corner a few times and trust me, it is not something you do lightly. The BBC tells an amusing little tale about a footballer who has offered to pay for the damage caused when a fan punched a hole through his ceiling while celebrating his goal. 25-year-old Ross Morton from Wetherby, Leeds, was at home watching the Championship playoff match between Ipswich and Norwich when Paul Anderson scored. In his excitement, Ross jumped and put a fist-sized hole in the ceiling, but after he tweeted a photograph of the damage, the Ipswich player offered to foot the bill. Ross commented, "I only sent it to him because I thought he might have thought it was funny." Then he replied saying he'd pay for it. I was pretty shocked by that. It's a great gesture from him. If you are the sort of person who likes the quiet life, then you'd better steer clear of Merlin, described by the Daily Mail as the world's loudest cat. Apparently, Merlin has just secured a Guinness World Record for the domestic cat with the highest decibel-rated purr, 67.8 decibels, which, says the Mail, is about the same as the sound of a shower or two people holding a conversation. The cat's owner, Tracy Westwood of Torquay in Devon, commented, "Sometimes on the telephone I do get people asking me what that noise is in the background. I tell them it's the cat, but I don't know if they believe me." She added, "Occasionally, when he's really loud, I have to repeat myself. When you're watching films, you have to turn the telly up or put him out of the room. I can hear him when I'm drying my hair. I've got two cats next door, and I'm sure they could beat him, not in purring, but in meowing. You've never heard a noise like it, honestly." If you fancy a UK train journey, you might be best missing Southern Rail's 7:29am from Brighton to London Victoria. The Daily Express has labelled it Britain's worst train service. It did not arrive on time once last year on each of its 240 journeys. Now, in Southern Rail's new summer timetable, it has been given an extra 3 minutes to get there on time. I'm not sure that's the purpose of reviewing timetables. But there you go. I suppose it might save them from getting fined anymore. 4 sisters from Devon, who are the world's oldest siblings according to the Daily Mail, have put their long life down to eating only British food and avoiding rich spicy food. Twins Frida and Doris Latham have celebrated their 101st birthday, alongside sisters Gladys Camp, 96, and Phyllis Friend, 93. Their combined age of 391 years beats the previous record of the world's oldest set of sisters, who had a combined age of 386. Gladys said, "Our parents would be shocked. It's a great achievement. I think part of the reason we have survived so long is because of the food we ate. Today they have all spiced up things, and I don't think it does you any good." Well, I'm not sure my sisters and I will ever reach those kind of ages, but we do eat spicy food, so then, according to that, we're doomed. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.